I'm stressed and I'm angry.
Right now, residents of a low-income apartment complex forced to leave. How they say management's been treating them.
Plus, new information from the Monona Police Department, what changes they're making following Monday night's deadly crash.
And we finally are expecting some sunshine today before some clouds roll in this weekend with some snow showers on Saturday. A larger storm expected to hit us next week. We'll talk more about it coming up.
And so-called cyber kidnapping is raising concerns about advanced scams. Steps you can take to protect yourself from becoming a victim. Good Thursday morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for waking up with us. You are waking up to temperatures a little chilly this morning. Pretty seasonable, but we're really looking forward to is that massive storm next week.
Looking forward to it because it's going to bring a nice white blanket of snow that a lot of snow lovers out there have been waiting for. It's going to be good for those ski hills out there. By the way, our ticker, our little bug at the bottom, it says 33. Thank you for the emails and the phone calls. We are working on it. It's not, in fact, 33 degrees out there. Kelly Slifka, where are we?
Yeah, we're in the lower 20s this morning. So, yeah, it is quite a bit cooler than where we were yesterday morning. But that's because we've cleared out, and eventually we will get into some sunshine today. Not a completely sunny day, but at least a lot brighter than we've been. Those clouds will roll back in for the weekend, some snow showers, a weak disturbance passing through, but the main event is coming in next week. We are expecting some snow here, a large storm system in the Midwest. The track is what is still a little bit uncertain as to how much snow we can expect out of it. Of course, that track is what really matters as far as who sees the most snow. 21 right now in Madison, 26 in Fitchburg, 27 in Middleton. So it is cooler waking up this morning. But we are looking at partly sunny skies today as we get into the upper 20s here at the noon hour. Should be tapping out in the lower 30s. Nice Thursday for us, all in all, for this time of January. So we are calling for some sunshine and temperatures in the lower 30s today. We are talking about a little bit of snow Saturday, but more on that snowstorm coming our way next Tuesday. More on that coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. To our top story now. In breaking overnight, Monona police are making a change to how they'll conduct police chases.
Our Shane Hogan is here with what the department is saying. And Shane, it sounds like the police chief wants to make this a temporary change, hoping to get some input from the community.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Now, this comes in the wake of a crash following a Monona police chase that left 3 people dead earlier this week. Now, Police Chief Brian Cheney is releasing a video message on the topic to his community. In a posting late last night, he says the department will now temporarily shift its focus when it comes to pursuits. The new policy now says pursuits should focus on suspects believed to be involved in dangerous or violent felony offenses. That's a change from police being able to pursue when it's reasonable to believe a suspect is trying to evade arrest. Again, this change is just temporary for now. Here's Chief Cheney in his message to the community.
This is a policy revision that is put in place while members of the Monona community and its elected officials have the opportunity to weigh in on what is best for Monona.
Now back to the details of that crash Monday night. The Wisconsin Department of Justice says Monona officers were following a suspicious vehicle when the car crashed near the intersection of Femrite Drive and Buckeye Road in Cottage Grove. Dane County deputies had laid a spike strip shortly before there. Now we're also learning the ages of those killed in the crash. Chief Cheney says 2 of them were 30 years old. The 3rd person was just 19. Right now, the DOJ has not released any further information on the crash, including the names of those who died. And Chief Cheney, mentioned how the whole community is feeling the loss of life here, but still a very significant step, even if this change is just temporary.
We'll certainly be asking the city of Monona how they will weigh in on these temporary changes.
Right.
Shane, thank you.
You got it.
Happening today, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection will reopen 4 legal ports of entry at the U.S.-Mexico border. They were closed because of record levels of illegal crossings, but officials say those numbers are down in recent days, freeing up some personnel. Right now, the White House is fighting with Congress over immigration. Republicans are calling for the reinstatement of Trump-era policies. Those include keeping migrants in Mexico during the asylum-seeking process. The White House wants more funding for Border Patrol agents and immigration judges. All of this is happening as House Republicans announce they'll start an investigation into the Homeland Security chief over border policy.
And tensions are rising in the Middle East following 2 deadly attacks in Iran and Lebanon over the past 2 days. In Iran, state television is reporting more than 100 people are dead after explosions at a memorial for an assassinated general. It was the 4th anniversary of his killing by the U.S. under President Trump. State TV says more than 200 people were hurt in the explosion. So far, no one has taken credit, but Iran is blaming Israel. The U.S. is condemning the attack, but says there's no reason to believe Israel was involved. Those explosions followed a drone strike in Lebanon that killed a senior Hamas leader that led to widespread protests throughout the region.
The uncertainty comes as calls at home are growing for a ceasefire in Gaza. Overnight, a political appointee at the Department of Education quit in protest over the Biden administration's approach to the Israel-Hamas war. Tariq Habash is a Palestinian-American policy advisor who volunteered on the president's first campaign. He says he can no longer stay silent as the administration, quote, turns a blind eye to the atrocities in Gaza. Here's his message to the president.
I think if the president wants to ensure a second term, if he wants to ensure the support of millions of Americans who are part of his base, who have supported him, you know, I think he needs to hear what the people are saying, and I hope he does.
The resignation follows the departure of a former State Department official who quit in October for similar reasons.
This morning, a group of people in Madison is being forced to find somewhere else to live in a matter of months. Residents at the Tree Lane Apartments tell News 3 Now that they were given a letter days before Christmas telling them their building was to close in March. The Tree Lane apartment building began as housing for lower-income families looking for better living conditions. Residents say they've had very little communication from management since receiving that letter.
We haven't heard nothing. Actually, since they knew that the news was coming out here today, this was the first day they actually even came into the building. I'm stressed and I'm angry. And I'm only angry because the simple fact is you saying you got all these services and stuff over here that y'all supposed to be helping, doing this and that, and you're not assisting nobody with anything.
Tenants and management will be in court on January 25th. Over the issue.
Everyone in Madison should be checking their home for radon. That's the message from Public Health Madison and Dane County. It says about half of homes tested in the county for the past 3 years show elevated levels of the radioactive gas. Radon can enter your home from the ground and make its way through small cracks in your basement floors. Exposure can cause a severe form of lung cancer. Testing is the only way to see if you're at risk. It's also important to know the degree of that risk, depending on how long you've been exposed.
You're exposed to high radon for the entire course of your life. That's really where the risk lies. It's not necessarily a short-term risk.
Right now, Public Health Madison and Dane County is offering a $10 radon testing kit. Setup takes about 10 minutes. It'll take a few days, though, to gauge levels of radon in your home. If you'd like to order a test kit or have professionals test your home for radon, head to this story on the Channel 3000 mobile app. There you'll find links to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, along with a list of certified contractors who can test for it.
6:07 now. Healthcare workers at Planned Parenthood clinics across the state are unionizing. Organizers say unionizing will help improve workers' environment and enhance patient care. A vote on forming the union will take place soon. The executive director for the Wisconsin Federation of Nurses and Health Professionals says the specifics of that vote will be decided next week. Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin, meantime, released a statement to News 3 Now, saying in part, "We work tirelessly to protect and advance the rights of the communities we serve. This value is no different when it comes to employees and their right to organize a union in their workplace."
Let's take a live look at the state capitol now. A bipartisan group of lawmakers there is looking to make AI-generated child pornography a crime. There's currently no law in Wisconsin banning images that sexually exploit children if they're generated by artificial intelligence. That creates a loophole for predators who don't face charges because the images don't technically include real people. But lawmakers say the data used to create those images have to come from somewhere, and those are real victims.
Security experts say a new scam targeting exchange students is on the rise, but anyone can become a victim. The recent cyber kidnapping of a Chinese exchange student is shedding light on how scams are becoming more complex. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has that case's details and more on what you can do to protect yourself.
On New Year's Eve, authorities found a 17-year-old student camping alone in the Utah snow after he was forced into the wilderness by virtual kidnappers. The exchange student was told his family in China was in danger unless he isolated himself away from society and law enforcement. Police say the online scammers ordered him to take pictures they used to extort money from his relatives.
The family in China believes that the kidnappers are actually with their son. And so through these three-way phone calls and then with the photographs and whatnot. So it's kind of a double blind, if you will.
The boy's family sent some $80,000 to the criminals before they realized it was all a hoax. U.S. authorities worked with Chinese officials on the case. They believe other exchange students have been targeted in similar scams.
They're on the other side of the world, so it helps the cyber criminals.
Security expert Scott Schober says these crimes are growing more sophisticated.
These scams are continually evolving. What doesn't work, then they're going to try to switch up the tactics and try something else.
To protect yourself, experts say think carefully before you post personal details online, like birthdays. Make sure you're using two-factor authentication and complex passwords for your accounts.
And if there's a threat, someone's demanding money, it's an urgent situation, take a step back and call police.
Call police. First thing to do, call police. Again, they're trained, they're professional. They do this every single day.
And be aware that these days, anyone can be a target. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
What's more, some scammers have used AI to fake voices or even images of supposed kidnapping victims. Experts say criminals often gather information from online posts and use it for social engineering.
More local news now, and a first warned traffic note for you. A major road closure starts tomorrow, Friday night. East Wilson's going to be closed between South Pinckney and King Streets. Here's a closer look. Crews are going to be installing a crane there. The Metro bus stop in the area will also be closed. You can use the detour route that's highlighted here in red. It takes you west on King Street, then south on Pinckney before rejoining the original route on Wilson. This is all posted up on channel3000.com too. The street is expected to reopen Sunday night.
Well, here's something new coming to Starbucks in an effort to reduce waste. Starbucks is now going to let you bring your own cup, including for drive-thrus and mobile orders. Starbucks says customers' personal cups should be clean and that baristas will not rinse them out.
Another thing to put in my car.
Like to keep a mug in it for when you go through Starbucks.
You got your winter emergency kit. You got your
Starbucks mug.
Your scraper. Now you got your coffee mug. Ready at any point.
I feel for the baristas that have to handle all of those random people's dirty cups.
Will not be cleaning them out though. You've been warned.
Well, we'll see if that takes hold.
6:12, let's check in with Kelly now and your first warned weather.
Yeah, we have seen a little bit of clearing overnight, so it is starting off a little bit colder this morning. We have some snow showers in our forecast this weekend, but more importantly, next week, a larger snowstorm moving in. We'll take a look at that first warned forecast just ahead.
Also coming up, UW women's hockey back on the ice tomorrow against Merrimack. What the Badgers have to say about coming back after a nearly month-long break.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 2.99% APR financing for 60 months on a tough 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget, remember the 3 Ps.
The 3 what?
The 3 Ps.
What are the 3 Ps?
The 3 Ps of life insurance on a fixed budget are price, price, and price. A price you can afford, a price that can't increase, and a price that fits your budget.
I'm 54 and was a smoker, but quit. What's my price?
You can get coverage for $9.95 a month.
I'm 65, retired, and take medications. What's my price?
Also $9.95 a month.
I just turned 80 and I'm on a fixed income. What's my price?
$9.95 a month for you too. If you're age 50 to 85, call now about the #1 most popular whole life insurance plan available through the Colonial Penn program. Options start at $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. You cannot be turned down because of your health. No medical exam, no health questions. Your acceptance is guaranteed. And this plan has a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, so your rate can never go up for any reason. Options start at $9.95 a month. Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So call now for free information, and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction to your loved ones with your final wishes. And it's yours free, just for calling. So call now for free information.
Call 1-800-914-3131 for your free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-914-3131. There's no risk or obligation. 1-800-914-3131. Call now.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka out in the patio. It is a little bit cooler this morning. The good news, we don't have as much wind as we had yesterday, and we've had a little bit of clearing in some spots. Not completely clear, but we are looking at a little bit of sunshine today. Finally, some sun. It won't be quite as gray as what we've been dealing with over the last, well, basically all week and throughout the weekend. So finally some sun today. Don't get used to it because the clouds will be back with us this weekend. That'll bring in some snow showers and flurries, especially on Saturday. But more importantly, it's next week, Tuesday, especially. That's when we have a snowmaker that is going to be moving across the Midwest. Still some uncertainty with that track, but does have the potential of producing some heavy snow. Now, I showed you yesterday where the heaviest snow was going to fall according to this computer model, and it had Madison, south central Wisconsin. Notice how it shifted now further to the south toward Chicago area. It's all dependent on the track. Right now, the latest computer models have indicated a little bit more of a southerly track. But of course, if this track shifts a little bit more toward the north, that would take the heavier snow band into the Madison area. We'll be kind of on that edge. Always seems like we're on the edge. But needless to say, this is still a long ways out, so we'll be able to fine-tune this going forward. So a sharp cutoff between those that see a lot of snow and those that see hardly anything. In fact, if it continues with that southern track like I just showed you, some areas northwest of the Dells might not see anything. But right now, this is what we're looking at. Generally about 2 inches, areas to the northwest, toward the Dells, northwest of there, and 8 inches to the southeast of Madison. Once again, we're going to fine-tune this as we get closer to the event. Meantime, we are looking at some sunshine today as temperatures warm up close to 30 here at the noon hour. Should be in the lower 30s today. All in all, a really nice Thursday. So we got plenty of time to prepare for this potential snowmaker next week. 21 right now. We still have some clouds in some areas. Northwest wind at 5 puts the wind chill at 15 this morning. So we'll track this for you. This is one of our computer models that indicates that snow will hold off until probably after midnight in Madison. That'll continue overnight into the morning hours. Generally light snow, at least at the onset of that snow. Then it will be picking up in intensity as the afternoon wears on into the evening. Lake effect snow likely along Lake Michigan. We'll be on that edge of seeing some of that heavier snow here in the Madison area. That should wind down as we go into a Wednesday morning. But we do have a first warn alert day because of that snow potential all of southern Wisconsin with that accumulating snow and also some windy conditions. 21 in Madison, 28 in Janesville, 26 in Watertown, Juneau at 24. First warn forecast keeps it quiet the next couple of days. Some snow showers and flurries on Saturday, at best a coating, but we do have that first warn alert day on Tuesday. Some snow, accumulating snow then, and another snowmaker, it looks like, by Thursday, and that one will usher in some much colder weather, so any snow we pick up is going to stick around right into the upcoming weekend. Highs next Saturday, only around 18.
We've seen a handful of wow plays from A.J. Storr this season, mainly in the form of highlight dunks. And in Wisconsin's Big Ten home opener against Iowa, Storr put on a show. The Badger guard scored 16 points in the win with 4 of his baskets big-time slams. The best part for his head coach, Storr is just scratching the surface to how good he can be.
I think the scary thing is he doesn't understand how good he can be yet. I mean, he's still learning a lot. He's been awesome to coach. He's been fun to coach. He's a fun-loving kid, but obviously the explosiveness that he brings to the table adds a dynamic to this team that makes us, that much more impactful or effective offensively.
Nemhard
Bucks taking on the Pacers in Indy, and this is turning out to be some kind of rivalry. Second quarter, Giannis to the cup with ease. He finished with 26, 11, and 8. The Deer led by 2 at the break, but the second half belonged to Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers. The Wisconsin native with the step-back tray +1. Halliburton had 31 points and 12 assists. Bucks lose by 12 and fall to 1-4 against the Pacers this season. December 9th was the last time the Wisconsin women's hockey team hit the ice. Since then, it's been the waiting game for Mark Johnson's squad, but the wait is over. It's finally game week. UW returns to the Bond for a series with Merrimack starting on Friday. And with all the time off, you'd think there might be some rust. Well, not for these Badgers. They're too excited to be rusty.
It's a little bit of a reset button for everybody. And then I think coming back, everybody's a little bit more excited. We had that break, and we're excited to get back into it, so it's pretty easy to get going right away.
Everybody's in a good space. Everybody's, excited to be back. And now, the next step is to play the games this weekend.
Fresh off a dominating performance against the Vikings, Jordan Love has been named the NFC's Offensive Player of the Week. Sunday night in Minnesota, Green Bay's QB1 threw for 256 yards and 3 touchdowns and rushed for another score. The win sets up a win and you're in the playoff situation for the Packers this Sunday. And Muma Jungmeta made it official. He's entering the NFL draft. Now, the news doesn't come as a surprise since he hinted at it after the Minnesota game. Jungmeta capped off his senior year at Madison with 59 tackles, 8.5 TFLs, and 3 sacks. Long snapper Peter Bowden also declared for the draft. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Zach Hanley, thank you very much. Still ahead, why people were flocking to Target across the country yesterday.
We'll talk about it when we come back.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
At U.S. Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself one. Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. U.S. Cellular.
Join the digital sales team at Phase 3 Digital and step into something big. We're not just hiring, we're building careers. If you're passionate about the digital world, apply today at channel3000.com and be part of something big.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
The Home Expo is coming to the Monona Terrace Convention Center this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Meet the Madison area's top builders, remodelers, and home improvement experts at the Monona Terrace Convention Center, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Hello, everyone. I'm giving this lamp away. I'm interested. Great. When can you pick it up? Hello?
I'm interested.
Can you pick it up today? Why did you message me? I'd be interested. Are you, though? Yeah. You bring lamp to me.
Save
yourself the hassle of selling stuff online and donate it to the Salvation Army instead. Now accepting donations at our new Madison location, opening this February.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Cut, more feeling. Cue the music.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Love it.
New and current customers can get the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular.
Welcome back. Kevin is giving us a nice peek of winter. Just a beautiful sunrise over some snowy hills.
Get some more snow on the way. You heard Kelly say earlier today that Madison's like the only place in the state right now with
that has snow cover, yeah.
That is wild.
That is so crazy to think about. What is going on this winter? We're going to get a check on this snowstorm here in just a couple of minutes.
6:25 though. Shane's here first with the trending story of the day.
Hey guys, good morning. If you happened to be at Target yesterday, maybe you were one of the lucky few who got the limited edition Stanley Cup tumbler. No, I'm not talking about the hockey trophy. These cups have been insanely popular over the last year thanks to TikTok, and now it has gone to another level. Stanley released these new Valentine's Day cups called the Galentine's Day collection. There you see people at Target. They're flocking. They're like, I am getting one of these cups no matter what. They come in 2 colors, Target Red, Cosmo Pink. Well, they've already sold out. On this TikTok posted, they said they were sold out in less than 4 minutes. And now resellers are putting them up online for up to $240.
That doesn't make any sense, Shane.
We've got Target Red, Cosmo Pink going.
Yeah, you guys planned that. There you go.
What's the big deal about these mugs?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
That is the question.
I have one, but it was a gift. I don't get it.
Does you feel more hydrated than when you drink out of a normal cup?
It's not made out of gold.
No.
It's not, you know, turning me into some sort of princess. I don't get it.
Spend your something else, people.
More News 3 Now this morning, right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
The landscape of fitness was bleak. Toxic instructors, shady scammers, and Bispo bakes. Mother Fitness was angry.
Megan the Stallion.
Hello, my hot girl. Enough of this toxic nastiness. So she took her hotties to the judgment-free zone. Welcome to Planet Fitness, where everybody can work out in their own way.
Listen to Mother Fitness. Join for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Where are my legs?
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
This morning, casino security. A purse snatcher robs a woman at Ho Chunk Gaming. We're asking the manager how they're keeping people safe.
Plus, breaking news from the Monona Police Department overnight, what changes they're making in the wake of Monday night's deadly crash.
And here's your first look outside this morning. Quiet weather. Some sun in store today before what could be a significant storm next week, Kelly.
Yeah, well, you can see the stars out there, so we are expecting some sunshine, but with that clearing, we did cool off this morning down to 21 in Madison. We do have some snow showers on Saturday, and we'll take a look at that storm potential next week coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Lil Friday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slivka's talking about that storm. We've been eyeing this thing for several days now. We could get several inches early next week.
Yeah, we are looking forward to that. We are keeping an eye on a couple of different models this morning. First, though, Kelly's talking about some sun in store for your Thursday.
Yeah, it's been kind of a gray week, actually, going throughout last weekend as well. But we do have some sunshine. We've cleared out overnight, and that set us up for a colder morning. It's down to 20 in DeForest. 21 in Madison, Marshall at 22, Monona currently at 22 as well. So a cooler start to the morning, but finally some sunshine today. Snow shower Saturday. This is a weak system moving in. There is a large storm system that's going to be moving across the Midwest. The question is how far north it's going to be, but it does have the potential of bringing in some significant snow to parts of the upper Midwest. Looking at clear skies this morning, temperatures in the 20s should be topping out in the lower 30s today. Really nice Thursday for this time of January. Count on temperatures in the 20s, warming into the lower 30s. We will time out that snowmaker going into next week. We'll have more on that coming up.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. You can stay ahead of the winter storm yourself. Just download the free First Warn weather app by searching WISC weather.
To our top story now, and breaking overnight, Monona police are making a change to how they'll conduct police chases.
Shane Hogan is here with what the department is now saying to the community. Shane.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Now, this comes in the wake of the crash following a Monona police chase that left 3 people dead earlier this week. Now, Police Chief Brian Cheney is releasing a video message on the topic to the community. In a posting late last night, he says the department will now temporarily shift its focus when it comes to pursuits. The new policy now says pursuits should focus on suspects believed to be involved in dangerous or violent felony offenses. Now, that's a change from police being able to pursue when reasonable to believe a suspect is trying to evade arrest. Again, this change is just temporary for now. Here's Chief Cheney in his message to the community.
This is a policy revision that is put in place while members of the Monona community and its elected officials have the opportunity to weigh in on what is best for Monona.
Back to the details of that crash Monday night. The Wisconsin Department of Justice says Monona officers were following a suspicious vehicle when the car crashed near the intersection of Femrite Drive and Buckeye Road in Cottage Grove. Dane County deputies had laid a spike strip shortly before there as well. We're also learning the ages of those killed in the crash. Chief Cheney says 2 of them were 30 years old and the 3rd person was just 19. Right now, the DOJ has not released any further information on the crash, including the names of those who died. But regardless, this is still a pretty significant change coming just a few days after that deadly crash. Brian Cheney saying, you know, the community is feeling this tragic response, and it'll be interesting to see if this change becomes permanent or stays temporary.
Yeah, especially after the community gets a chance to weigh in on all
right.
of it. Shane Hogan, thanks for the reporting this morning. This morning, police continue searching for a suspect after a couple was robbed outside of Madison's Ho Chunk Casino this week. The manager of that casino wants to assure people that it is not common. He talked with our Armand Rahman to go over their safety and security measures.
Management here at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison are calling a robbery that occurred here on New Year's Day a very rare occurrence.
In fact, this is quite extraordinary. I've been here 12 years, and this is the first occurrence that, that
that I've encountered.
Executive Manager Daniel Brown says to look after the roughly 4,500 people that come through his doors every weekday, security cameras cover the inside and outside of the building, and security officers walk the game floor.
You ask whether or not we're increasing security. We don't really feel the need to, and the odds are very, very low that something like this would recur.
According to police, the woman had just won several $1,000s. Around 2 a.m., a stranger allegedly ripped her purse off of her in the parking lot after they asked her for a ride. Brown says jackpot winners have the option of taking money in cash, check, or both.
If they've won a significant amount, say $5,000 or above that, then they have the option of asking security for an escort to their vehicle.
While Brown couldn't reveal any updates about the investigation, police are reviewing digital evidence.
For someone to, commit an act like this, not real smart, right? I mean, we have every confidence that Madison Police Department, alongside with our surveillance department, they're going to identify and they'll eventually apprehend this guy.
As of Wednesday night, Madison police have not made any arrests in this case. In Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Madison police have also not released a description of a suspect.
The Madison School District and Madison Police are both investigating a fight involving students from Vel Phillips Memorial High School. This after a student showed up at the hospital with what officers are calling a superficial wound. Police got called to the area outside of Vel Phillips just after noon yesterday. They found a fight that they say was off school grounds. Detectives are working with the district to investigate the cause of the fight, though. No one is under arrest.
A live look at the state capitol this morning that will open back up here shortly after yesterday's bomb threat. The FBI says the whole thing was a hoax. It was one in a series of threats made to several state houses across the country. Wisconsin, though, was the only building that did not go into lockdown or evacuate. A Department of Administration spokesperson at the Capitol says that police there were aware of the threat and then took measures to make sure that the building was safe.
6:36 now. Former President Trump is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn the Colorado ruling disqualifying him from the 2024 ballot. According to the filing, Trump's attorneys argued the question of eligibility should be determined by Congress, not the states. Colorado's highest court ruled last month Trump is constitutionally ineligible because of the 14th Amendment's insurrection clause. A ruling from the Supreme Court would set the standard for other states with similar rulings against Trump.
This is a big case in front of the United States Supreme Court. And I do believe that the United States Supreme Court should tell the American people whether a president can engage in insurrection and then again run for that office.
The ruling by the Colorado Supreme Court currently on hold while appeals play out. State election officials say Trump's name will appear on the state's primary ballot when it's certified in just a couple days, unless the U.S. Supreme Court says otherwise.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s bid for the White House is getting a bit of a boost. The independent will be on Utah's presidential ballot in the 2024 campaign. The 69-year-old candidate says he's optimistic about his White House bid, citing a Quinnipiac University poll conducted in late October. It showed Kennedy getting 22% of support in a hypothetical three-way showdown between President Biden and former President Trump. That same poll had President Biden with 38% and Trump with 36%. The poll had a margin of error of about 3%.
We're getting a first look this morning at hundreds of pages of unsealed documents from the Jeffrey Epstein case.
The documents related to the accused sex trafficker are being released on a rolling basis and contain excerpts of depositions taken of Virginia Giuffre and Ghislaine Maxwell. It's important to note that inclusion in the released documents isn't an indication of wrongdoing per se. There are a number of references to Britain's Prince Andrew and former President Bill Clinton. Clinton has previously acknowledged flying on Epstein's private planes, but says that he knew nothing about Epstein's crimes. He has not been accused of any crimes or wrongdoing related to Epstein.
More local news now. As of this morning, the ballots are now mostly set for the Dane County Board's spring election. There are 10 contested seats on the April ballot. 2 out of those 10 will have primaries in February. In all, 10 county supervisors declining to run again this year. Some of their seats will not be contested, meaning only one person filed to run in their place. That turnover is about on par with what we've seen on the board every cycle. Besides the 2 primaries in February, everyone else will vote April 2nd. That's the same day as the presidential primary election.
Beloit City officials are getting ballots ready for Election Day. To determine the order in which the candidates appear, the city holds a drawing. That will happen on Monday. The legal requirement is basically like taking names out of a hat. 5 candidates are running to fill 4 city council seats. 3 of the candidates are incumbents. 2 newcomers. The placement drawing is open to the public, so anyone can watch this lesser-known part of the election process.
A memorial service is now scheduled for former U.S. Senator and Milwaukee Bucks owner Herb Kohl. It will take place next Friday, January 12th, at the Fiserv Forum, scheduled for noon. Kohl died last Wednesday at the age of 88. His philanthropic organization says he died after a brief illness, but they did not share a specific cause of death.
All right, we did clear out overnight last night. We're going to see some sunshine today, some snow showers on Saturday. We're tracking a snowmaker next week. We'll have more on that coming up.
And also still ahead, a man is sharing his story of recovery after a crash almost took his life.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this new year. You'll also receive the Power Swabs Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
Start the new year off right. Wrap up your bathroom project with help from Menards. Complete your remodel with American Standard toilets. They feature a slow close lid and are engineered to prevent clogs. Get this tight and tall round toilet for just $199. Check out our great selection of Lions tubs and showers that will match your style and budget while refreshing your bathroom. This elite tub and shower surround is now just $499.99. Big buys, big savings.
Save big money at Menards.
On the next Wisconsin Huddle, meet UW's newest 4-star recruit, Darian Dupree. See Zach's most competitive Unleashed competitions and hear some of the athletes' favorite holiday traditions and New Year's resolutions. Friday night at 6:30 on the next Wisconsin Huddle.
Help St. Vincent de Paul and News 3 Now give neighbors in need a warm night's sleep. The last weekend in January, donate new or gently used blankets at St. Vinny's and local drop-off sites. Or give to the online blanket fund. Join us and recycle the warmth.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back, folks. It's 6:42. A Janesville man says he's lucky to be alive after a crash last year almost killed him.
Now he is celebrating the new year by sharing his story. Our Maddie Heimsch has more from Janesville.
When David Potter lost control of his car in May of 2023, it flipped several times, leaving him nearly immobile. Today, he credits the team at Mercy Health for his recovery.
I was hell-bent on getting back to normal.
That perseverance is what got Potter through several rehabilitative care sessions a week at Mercy Health in Janesville after the near-fatal crash. It was May of 2023 when rainy conditions caused Potter to slide off the road. First responders needed to use a crane to flip his vehicle right side up and get him out of the wreckage. Potter's shoulder was ripped 6 inches out of its socket and his skull was significantly fractured. He sustained internal bleeding throughout his body.
I thought my life was over in May.
He said for months he struggled to see any progress in his recovery, but eventually he surprised both himself and his doctors. Physical therapy assistant Derek Drays said it would have been easier for Potter to throw in the towel.
I can't stress that enough, that it's a lot on the patient's end. It's working as a team and getting through a struggle like you went through. So.
That struggle was worth it in the end. Potter is sharing his story as he enters the new year because he wants to remind drivers what can happen in just a few moments on the road and what intensive recovery entails.
It's 7 months later and I have full movement. It's just been a nonstop blessing.
In Janesville, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Incredible to see him doing so well after what happened to him.
Great story of recovery there. Our Maddie Heimsch reporting. It's 6:45. A warm start to the winter season is leaving the Great Lakes virtually ice-free right now, their lowest ice cover in at least 50 years. This data comes from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. It has a Great Lakes Environmental Research Lab that keeps track of this. On New Year's Day, only 0.35% of the Great Lakes were covered in ice. It's the lowest on record this far into winter since 1973. It's well below the historical average of nearly 10%.
It's just been so mild. We haven't gotten a lot of snow. Kelly Slick is tracking a big change to the forecast, though. It's still mild this morning out there, though.
Yeah, we're still running a little bit above average for this time of the morning. It is colder than what we were yesterday morning because we did clear out, but we've kind of right on the edge of some clouds and eventually some clearing as well. We will finally see some sunshine, but you can see how as we look eastward, so have some clouds, but a little bit of clearing in between, and we should finally see a little bit of sunshine today, expecting that high up to 32. Above our average of 28, our records are 53 and 26 below. So you can see it can get cold this time of the year. 7:29 is the sun up. All right, we've been talking about the storm, and there's still a lot of uncertainty with the track, and that's what really matters. If this storm system tracks, let's say, 50 miles to the north, we would be in line for seeing some of the heaviest snow. Latest computer models are keeping it a little bit further to the south, falling well south of Chicago. That would keep the heavier snow in the Chicago area, then into parts of Michigan. We'd see lesser amounts in some areas to the northwest, let's say northwest of the Dells, over there in parts of Grant County, might not see much snow out of this at all, at least according to that model, and that's going into next week. Still a lot of time to figure that out. Temperatures in the meantime are still going to be above average right through the weekend into the low to mid 30s. Really pretty uneventful, but notice how those temperatures do drop next week. In fact, we'll see highs next weekend only in the teens. So any snow that we accumulate is likely to stick around. I know the snow lovers are going to be happy about that. Not bad today. With a partly sunny sky, we should be topping out in the lower 30s this afternoon. It'll be light winds out there as well, but we finally are getting some sunshine today. Snow showers and flurries Saturday, maybe a coating at best, but we're watching that storm track. Now, that storm system is going to be a big storm system. It's just a matter of whether or not it takes a little bit more of a northerly route, bringing us some heavier snow as we go into a Tuesday. So either way, Monday should be quiet. It won't be until after midnight, Monday night going into Tuesday. We'll have that chance of snow picking up in intensity, especially as you get further toward the Illinois border. Looking at that snow to pick up in intensity. And it's going to be mainly a Tuesday event. Should be winding down Tuesday evening before moving on to the east. But then we'll have to contend with a stiff northwest wind that'll bring us some blowing and drifting. So here's what we're looking at. Once again, a sharp cutoff with snow. Track does matter. And we're looking at maybe 2 inches northwest of Madison, heavier amounts to the south and east with a potential up to 8 inches. And with that storm track potential, storm accumulation potential, we do have a first warn alert day. That's going into a Tuesday night. 21 in Madison, 27 in Janesville. It's 24 right now in Monroe. Across Dane County, it's down to 23 in Sauk City. Wanakee at 21, down to 20 currently in Sun Prairie. So quiet the next couple of days. Sunshine today. Variably cloudy skies tomorrow before some snow showers move in Saturday, maybe a flurry Sunday. Most of the snow will hold off until late Monday night into Tuesday, the first warn alert day because of that snow. And another snowmaker potential on Thursday, and then some much colder weather to follow Friday into the following weekend.
Funny how all these flurries and this storm really missed the holidays.
Yeah, you know, it's I guess a lot of folks would rather have it around Christmas than be quiet after that, but we're going to change that. Looks like it's going to be the later part of January. That's going to be the active weather this year.
That's how Wisconsin weather works. All right, Kelly, thank you. 6:48 coming up in the morning sprint. Planned Parenthood employees joining a growing movement in the face of rising political struggles.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'll show it on TV and help them celebrate. We're back after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Since offices started in the 80s, we've been cheering on the true champions of Milwaukee, you and yours. We've helped thousands of injured victims get the compensation they deserve, celebrated our sports teams through ups and downs, and connected in the community by working together to make things better. We've been on this path together for 35 plus years. Our slogan says it all. Let's keep rising together.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
$579 breaths to show them your stuff. Every breath matters. Don't let RSV take your breath away. Protect yourself from RSV with Abrysvo, Pfizer's RSV vaccine. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious if you are 60 or older. Having asthma, COPD, diabetes, or heart disease puts you at even higher risk. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Visit these retailers or find other retailers near you at abrysvo.com.
Stella uses AT&T for her internet and mobile service. Abby has Spectrum One. The difference is big. With AT&T, Stella pays a lot more.
I do?
It's $110 a month for AT&T internet and an AT&T unlimited extra line.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets big savings. Spectrum internet with the most reliable internet speeds.
It's really fast.
Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security, and an unlimited mobile line with nationwide 5G, all with no added taxes or hidden fees. Now you can get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
With Spectrum One, Abby is saving big, over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings. So Stella, what do you think?
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Spectrum One is a big deal. Call 800-872-0180. Visit Spectrum.com or a Spectrum store today.
Rediscover life without pain. SSM Health Orthopedics.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with breaking news overnight. The Monona Police Force is changing how it will conduct police chases moving forward. This comes after a chase left 3 people dead earlier this week. In a statement released late last night, the Monona Police Chief says the new policy will focus on suspects believed to be involved in dangerous felony activities.
The FBI is calling a bomb threat on the state capitol a hoax. The threat came in yesterday as part of a series of bomb threats across the country to state houses. Unlike the other threats, though, Wisconsin's state capitol did not go into lockdown or evacuate. A spokesperson says Capitol Police were aware of the threat and took measures to make sure the building was safe.
A Florida man is under arrest this morning for threatening to kill a member of Congress and his kids. Representative Eric Swalwell confirmed he was the one threatened. Police say 72-year-old Michael Shapiro called the lawmaker's office on December 19th, leaving several threatening voicemails. Shapiro's out on bail. He has an arraignment scheduled for the end of January.
Former President Trump is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to put him back on the ballot in Colorado. His attorneys filed an appeal on his behalf, arguing that the question of his eligibility should be determined by Congress, not the states. State election officials have said that Trump's name will appear on the state's primary ballot unless the U.S. Supreme Court says otherwise.
Healthcare workers from Planned Parenthood clinics across Wisconsin are forming a union. The goal is to create long-term sustainability for the organization's labor force in the face of political attacks. A vote on the matter is expected soon. The specifics of the election will be decided in a hearing next week.
Public health officials in Madison are urging everyone out there to get their homes checked for radon. Nearly half the homes tested Madison in the county had elevated levels of the radioactive gas. Someone exposed to radon for long periods of time can develop a deadly form of lung cancer. So it's important to get your home tested. Public Health Madison Dane County offers a $10 do-it-yourself kit to test, or you can hire a professional.
The FDA is looking into reports of hair loss and suicidal thoughts linked to the use of drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy. The agency says the risk is possible, but there's currently no confirmed safety issue. On its website, the FDA says it's evaluating the need for regulatory action after it received those reports.
Previously sealed documents from the Jeffrey Epstein case are now public. They contain excerpts from depositions from Epstein's victims and his partner, convicted sex offender Ghislaine Maxwell. Multiple famous figures are named as being associated with Epstein in these documents, though that doesn't necessarily mean there's any indication of wrongdoing. The documents will continue to come out over the next few days.
The Labor Department has new numbers on job openings this morning. The department says they fell in November to their lowest since March of 2021. Nearly 9 million jobs were posted in November. That's in line with economists' predictions. The job market does indicate a cooling of the U.S. economy, but the Federal Reserve says it might need to slow down more still to continue to decrease inflation.
A federal judge says the U.S. Military Academy at West Point can keep considering race in the admission process. Students for Fair Admissions is already appealing the ruling. That group is behind the suit that got rid of affirmative action. The Supreme Court said higher education institutions cannot consider race when granting admissions, but that the ruling doesn't apply to the military because of national security interests.
A first warn traffic note for you for the weekend. Friday night, East Wilson's going to be closed between South Pinckney and King Streets. Crews are installing a crane there. The Metro bus stop in the area will be closed. The street's expected to reopen Sunday night.
All right, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, a little bit cooler this morning. Temperatures near 20 here in Madison. We've had some clearing in some spots and also a cold front pass through, but finally getting some sunshine expected today. Not completely sunny, but at least some brighter skies expected for the afternoon. As we get up into the upper 20s here at the noon hour, should top out into the lower 30s. Eventually the winds will switch around the southwest, and that should bring us some milder weather tomorrow. Can see some clearing on the horizon. Still some clouds around. Partly sunny skies, we'll call it today, as we get up to the lower 30s this afternoon. The winds will be light, and all in all, a pretty nice Thursday for us. Friday quiet as well, up to 35. The weekend does bring in some snow showers. Right now, maybe a coating on Saturday, just a few flurries Sunday. We're still watching that storm potential on Tuesday. That'll be the day that could be seeing more significant snow. We'll keep our eyes on that.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much.
Another news and weather update in 30 minutes. See you then.